Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something honestly pretty iconic. The official Spice Girls commemorative coin released by the Royal Mint. And yes, I actually have one of them right here. This is my Scary Spice version, which I'll show you in a second. But the really big deal about this release is that the Spice Girls are the first all-female band ever to be honored with a UK commemorative coin from the Royal Mint. That's a huge milestone, not just for collectors, but for pop culture history as well. So in this video, we're going to talk about why this coin exists, what makes it historically important, the different versions you can collect, and the insanely expensive gold edition that might be the most expensive Spice Girls merch item ever made. Although, I'm not totally sure if that beats some of Victoria Beckham's fashion prices. We might have to debate that. First, a bit of context. This coin was released to celebrate 30 years of the Spice Girls, specifically the anniversary of their debut era in the mid-1990s, when Wannabe and the album Spice launched them into global superstardom. Back in 1996, the group basically took over the world, hitting #1 in dozens of countries and spreading the message of girl power everywhere. And that's exactly what the Royal Mint wanted to capture with this release. Not just nostalgia, but the cultural impact the band had. So instead of just making another piece of merchandise, they created something more permanent. A collectible coin that literally becomes part of UK numismatic history. That's pretty wild when you think about it. Now here's the part that makes this release extra special. According to the Royal Mint, this coin places the Spice Girls in their Music Legends collection, which honors iconic artists in British music. But the Spice Girls did something unique. They became the first female group to receive their own official UK coin. And the design even includes their authentic autographs, which is another first for a band on a UK commemorative coin. So this isn't just a generic tribute coin, it's actually breaking new ground in the series. And honestly, it feels appropriate. The Spice Girls weren't just popular, they were a cultural moment. Alright, let's talk about what the coin actually looks like. The design was created by artist Fionn Rees, and it features silhouettes of all 5 Spice Girls striking poses that can immediately identify each band member. You've got Baby Spice, Ginger Spice, Posh Spice, Scary Spice, Sporty Spice, all captured in a very classic Spice Girls style. And the coolest detail is the signatures. Their real autographs appear as part of the design. That makes the coin feel almost like signed memorabilia, but minted in metal, which is honestly very on brand for the 90s era of collecting everything Spice Girls related. Now here's where it gets fun for collectors. The Royal Mint released 5 different packaging versions, each celebrating a different member of the band, so you can collect Baby Spice Edition, Ginger Spice Edition, Posh Spice Edition, Scary Spice Edition, Sporty Spice Edition. And each of those packaging designs is limited to 15,000 coins worldwide. That's actually pretty small for something this popular, which is probably why collectors jumped on them really fast. Alright, this is where I show mine. So this is my Scary Spice coin from the release. One thing I love about these is that even though they're collectible coins, they still feel like proper fan merchandise. It's kind of like Spice Girls memorabilia meets coin collecting. And I'm curious, if you're watching this video, which Spice Girl version would you pick? Okay, now we need to talk about the high-end versions, because this is where things get crazy. The collection includes premium editions made from precious metals like silver and gold, aimed at serious collectors. And some of the gold-proof coins can cost well over £10,000, depending on the size and edition. Which means this might genuinely be the most expensive Spice Girls merchandise item ever produced. I mean, think about that. We've had dolls, a camera, a rug, Christmas crackers, a dog jumper, Lego brickheads. But a 5-figure collectible coin is on another level. Although, I will say, Victoria Beckham's fashion brand might still compete in the expensive Spice Girls related item category. Some of those runway pieces are definitely not cheap. So maybe the coin wins in the official merch category, but fashion might still challenge it. The Royal Mint actually worked closely with the Spice Girls and their brand partners to create a design that reflects their legacy. The goal was basically to capture the nostalgia, the empowerment message, and the impact they had on pop culture. And honestly, the Spice Girls are a pretty logical choice for the Music Legends series. They're still the best-selling female group of all time, and their influence is still everywhere. Even younger fans today know the concept of girl power. That's not something many pop acts can say 30 years later. Why collectors love releases like this? There are actually a few reasons coins like this become popular. First, nostalgia. People who grew up in the 90s now have the money to collect things from their childhood. Second, limited editions. With mintages capped and special packaging, scarcity becomes part of the appeal. And third, crossover appeal. This release attracts coin collectors, music fans, 90s nostalgia collectors, and Spice Girls superfans. That's a pretty powerful combination. Are these going to increase in value? Honestly, nobody can predict that for sure. But coins that combine limited mintages, famous cultural figures, precious metals, and big fan bases sometimes do well long term, especially when they're tied to artists with lasting influence. And the Spice Girls definitely fall into that category. One of the funniest things about this whole release is just imagining someone in the future finding one of these coins. Like imagine in 100 years someone looks at it and goes, who were these 5 people and why were they so important? And then they discover girl power, platform boots, Union Jack dresses, and 90s pop chaos. Honestly, that would be an amazing history lesson. So overall, this release is actually pretty historic. The Spice Girls becoming the first female band honored with an official UK coin is a big cultural moment. And with premium gold versions costing well into 5-figure territory, it might also be the most luxurious Spice Girls collectible ever made. Unless, again, Victoria Beckham releases a handbag that costs more than a small car, which is definitely possible. Anyway, I'd love to know. Which Spice Girl coin would you collect? Do you think these will sell out quickly? And do you think this is the most expensive Spice Girls merch item ever? My channel celebrates all things Spice Girls, so check out my catalog of videos that are ready for you to enjoy. Subscribe to my channel for updates, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay spicy.